Hello, and welcome to Adapt Productions of Chicago. I'm Joel Margolis, your host. And today I ask all of you in the audience, could you survive a full year in a terrible nursing home? How does anyone get out of a bad nursing home and into a good one? Is there a good nursing home, and what can it do, or does it have some limits? To discuss some of these questions with me today is my guest, Scott Kirshenbaum. Scott, thanks for being with us today.
I appreciate you having me here, Joel.
I understand you have quite a story to tell, but I also understand that before becoming a disabled person, you were a working person for quite a few years. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely, yes. The biggest job I had, the longest running job, was I was working for the city for 23 years.
In what capacity, Scott?
Well, it was for the Department of Aviation, and the first 2 years out at O'Hare. The first 2 years were as a cashier, and then they started a new department, ground transportation. So I was moved over to that, which I worked at from the beginning till they ended it with privatization in 2004. So I did a total between the two jobs of 23 years at O'Hare.
And in those 23 years, were you simply in a staff level position all the time, or did you ever have supervisory responsibilities?
Well, and I think it was maybe after the first couple years at ground transportation, I was supervisor, and I had a staff of maybe 10 to 15. It would vary.
So you were very much in a managerial position.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I understand that all of this came to a grinding halt, so to speak, when the city privatized that ground transportation management function?
Yes.
And what happened at that point?
Okay, in 2004, like I said, around Memorial Day, they privatized us. And, you know, we were all Teamsters Union, and they said, we'll get you in somewhere else. We'll get you in another department. They said that. And they did that for a few, but for the bulk of us, they just kind of left us nowhere.
So basically you were unemployed and out in the cold.
Basically, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
And
yes.
you were an unmarried person,
Right.
living on your own with a household to maintain.
Right. I had an apartment right near the airport. Yes.
But you had no income coming in at this point. And unemployment compensation lasts for only so many months.
Yes.
So what did you do for money?
I had no choice but to take an early withdrawal of my pension. And that gave me, after taxes and penalties and that gave me about maybe close to a year's worth of money to live on.
Now, during this time when you were drawing down on the lump sum that you had taken out of the pension fund, did you have full medical insurance coverage?
Yeah, once the job's over, they have with the city, it's called a COBRA policy. It's extremely expensive. I don't even know if it's useful or not, but that only lasts for about a year, and then that's gone.
So at the end of a year, you had no medical insurance.
No
You were
insurance.
still unemployed, and you were gradually running out of the money you had taken out of the pension fund?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And how was your health at this point in time?
Well, now I've had some issues like diabetes, many kidney stones. I had like 100 different kidney stone attacks, cellulitis and venous stasis in my legs. So my legs were getting weak, and they'd sometimes open up. It's called weeping, and you know that's kind of debilitating when that happens. So yeah, I would say I had a lot of health issues going. And at that same time, around 2005, my hip started to come apart. It's a condition called dysplasia. It just happened.
So just as you were running out of money and no longer had health insurance,
Yeah.
your health problems got much worse.
It was just, I'd have to just attribute it to a matter of bad timing, terrible timing.
So finally you were forced into hospitalization.
Well, I had to go in, I had a really bad cellulitis attack where it was, both legs were opened up, and I had to go on antibiotics for a week, intravenous. So yeah, they put me in the hospital for a week, and right at that time, I lost my apartment too. Just more bad timing, that's all it is.
You were unable to continue to pay the rent.
Everything ran out. It was just, there was nothing left.
What did the hospital do with you?
Well, they just said, we're going to send you to the nursing home in Oak Park. They didn't ask me, they just said this is what they're going to do. I really knew nothing about it at the time, but it didn't sound too good, but this is what they did. They just put me in an ambulance after a week in the hospital, and they took me out to a place, Oak Park Healthcare.
You had no meeting with a social worker from an outside agency?
No, I don't even know who the social worker was. No. No.
Okay, and as if you were a parcel in Parcel Post, they just shipped you to this
Third
Oak Park
class
Health
parcel, yes.
third class.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, and you arrived at Oak Park Healthcare Nursing Home, and what were the conditions like there?
I want to start with deplorable, but it's worse than that. It was dirty. I'll give you an example if I can. They would have you sit in a room where you're going to eat dinner, but before that they make it the smoking room. And 30 people would be smoking cigarettes. There's a cloud of smoke above you. Then they'd say, okay, we're going to eat now. And they'd serve you some kind of food on trays with dirt on them. I mean, some kind of dirt. In a room with there's smoke over your head from the cigarettes. It was... and the place had a bad smell, you know, the urine kind of smell. And it's... those are triggers that really can bother a person. I mean,
Absolutely. So this was something like the nightmare nursing home?
I've never lived like this in my life. I wasn't even prepared for this kind of thing.
Did you have any companionship, any social companionship?
Well,
there?
I have friends on the outside.
But what about the people in the home?
At this place at Oak Park, I barely talk to anybody. They'd come up to you and they'd say, do you have any cigarettes? That's pretty much, or do you have a couple dollars? That's pretty much conversations.
That was
place.
About it. Okay.
I spent a lot of time, I was in a room with 4 people, me and myself and 3 others, and I would just kind of draw the curtains around my bed and just pretend I wasn't there. I mean, I wouldn't even come out for meals a lot of times.
Now, while you were in the nursing home, did you finally receive Medicaid coverage?
Yeah, but this took an entire year, and at the same time, my hip is just coming apart, bones are breaking. They said there were 8 fractures at the time they operated. But after a year at Oak Park, then the Medicaid kicked in, and literally a couple days later, they did the hip replacement surgery.
So you spent a year in what some might call the nursing home from hell.
Absolutely.
And then Medicaid finally kicked in.
Yeah.
And then you were taken to a hospital, the same one you had been in before?
No, no, no. This was up at Rush North Shore. And I had a doctor from the Illinois Joint and Bone Clinic. And the surgery, I have to say, I don't know what to compare it to. It's my only hip surgery, but it went incredibly well, I think.
All right, so Rush and North Shore and the doctors there did a good job on you.
I believe so,
okay.
Yes, absolutely.
But you were in the hospital for a couple of weeks?
I think maybe about 4 or 5 days. That's a little, yeah, and about 4 or 5 days.
All right, and what did they say to you about your next living accommodation?
Well, now, obviously I'm supposed to go back to Oak Park, but I told them there, I said, look, I'm not threatening or anything, but you could put me out in the street. I don't care. I've never been in the street. I never was homeless. But I won't go back into that building at Oak Park ever again. I'm not even going back for my possessions. My friends maybe, they'll pick it up for me, but I will not go back in there ever again.
You were not going to set foot in that place?
Not even to grab my stuff.
Then what did you do?
Well, I had heard about a place called Alden, and they have about 30 of the Alden nursing homes. This is Alden Northmore, like up in Edison Park, northwest side of Chicago. And the administrator there, I asked, could I possibly stay there and stay? I said, I just got Medicaid, everything's okay with that. I just had hip surgery, I'll need to recuperate and get rehabilitation. And she came and interviewed me like a couple days after the surgery. She came to the hospital and she said, Scott, of course we'll take you, no problem.
You called Alden on your own?
Yes.
Okay. They responded to you.
Yes,
they said they would take you. And did they fulfill their promise to take you?
They did. They put me in an ambulance when I was done after about 5 days at Rush North Shore, and they brought me right to Alden.
What was life like at Alden Northmore, if that's the correct title?
Alden Northmore, that's what it's called. All right, now there's really bad nursing homes and there's better nursing homes, but I don't think there's any such thing as a great nursing home. But this place had friendly people, very clean. It was a much better situation. It was what I have to call survivable.
Would we call it decent?
You were treated with a little respect and humanity compared to a lot of places that I have seen in the interim where you are not.
Okay.
Yes, this was decent.
So you settled in at Alden Northmore.
Yeah, well, the first thing, of course, was rehab, and that was going to take a while, so yeah.
Okay. And how long did you live at Alden Northmore?
Well, now I ended up staying there 5 years. I asked him at first, I said, after about 3 months, my hip's better. I said, do you need me to leave now? I mean, I'll understand if you do. They go, No, you could stay forever if you like. I thought maybe it's because I'm just a nice guy in that, but I know I'm a body in a bed and they get money from me. So I didn't really even know all this stuff at the beginning. I didn't know anything about this kind of lifestyle.
So there was a learning process involved in all of this.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
being at Alden 4 or 5 years, what then happened next such that you're no longer living there?
Well, now around 2012, I'd say, a couple people came and talked to me from Access Living, which is an independent living center, which I'm going to have to say this is an excellent, excellent place. Life changers.
Now,
totally.
had you heard of Access Living before this?
No, I haven't.
They came out to Alden Northmore and they contacted you voluntarily?
We had 3 of us in the building who were kind of young, I'd say, in our early 50s. And they were saying, you know, we're trying to get the people at Alden were saying, we're trying to get the younger people out, so we're going to have these people from Access Living come talk to you. Now, I don't believe that I'm getting out. I mean, but the people at Access Living, they were nice, they were friendly, so I said, you know what? I'm going to listen to what these people say, because who knows? But I mean, you get $30 a month. It's called your trust fund when you're in a nursing home. And I truly did not believe that there was ever a chance to get out. I feel like I was one of those people who fell through the cracks, and there's no way to climb out of the hole once you're in it.
But the people at Access Living, in effect, said to you, there is a way out? That was their message?
Yeah, pretty much. And it turned out they deliver. They deliver.
Now, when you ask them basic questions such as, what will be my income? Where would I live? How did they answer that?
Okay, the income part was my biggest problem because when you work for the city, they don't take out the FICA tax. They don't take out Social Security. So I have no Social Security for the rest of my life. Obviously, now I have no pension for the rest of my life. But as it turned out, I'm living now, which I am now, on SSI.
As a disabled person?
No, that's SSDI. I'm getting supplemental security income, which for the record is currently $755 a month.
All right. Did Access Living help you obtain that SSI?
They did everything.
They did that. They helped you get the SSI.
They didn't have to do it. I mean, they did it friendly. They did it with humanity, with respect. And they, right after I got out, if we could jump ahead, when I got out of the nursing home and I moved into my apartment, the next day, one of the people from Access went with me to the Social Security office, so we got that taken care of. I set up an account over at Joel with TCF. I shop at Joel. There's a Joel about 6 blocks from me. And I get my meds at Osco, so I try to keep things. I'm an organized person. I make notes every day on things. So between that and the incredible organization of Access Living, organization as a business and organized people who know what they're doing.
Let's back up for a moment, though.
Yeah.
You said Access Living said to you there's a way out of nursing home life. You can live independently. We'll help you obtain the SSI from the federal government. But when it came to a place to live, which you've just mentioned, okay, where were you going to live? I mean...
Well, they said they'll show you 3 places, and you can pick and choose one of those. The first place was not acceptable. It was a place for people with mental illness. I think that was a mistake on the housing part. But the second place was right next door to this Jewel. And I said, you know what? This is my old neighborhood. I'd be happy to live here. At this point, I still don't think this is real because it's just too good to be true, you know? But it turned out when I got to that place, the real estate agent who was helping the housing coordinator said they had just rented it a couple days before. So we're going to show you something. Can I name the place where I'm living?
Yes.
They said we're going to show you something up the street called Catherine Courts. I'm all disappointed. As soon as I get there, it's like, this place is phenomenal.
But who took you around to these places?
Well, I have access to the PACE bus, the paratransit bus.
And how did you get that? Did Access Living help you
That
out?
I pretty much did on my own while I was still at the nursing home. I took care of that.
So you took care of that.
That and the free permit, the free ride for the CTA.
Access Living lined up these appointments to see apartments?
Yes.
Okay. But wait a moment. Coming out of a nursing home, you didn't have any furniture. That's a
No.
pretty basic
And nothing
item.
in storage, nothing, no.
So what did you do for furniture?
Well, it turns out at Access Living, they have this nice little booklet, and they have you go through and say, pick your dining room set, pick your living room set, pick your bedroom set. They don't say, here's what you're going to have. You choose.
So
And I love my furniture. It's beautiful.
You chose living room furniture, dining room furniture, but if you're living on your own, you have to have basic kitchen equipment.
They take you out a couple days before you're going to leave, and you go shopping for food, and you go shopping for housewares, cleaning products, mops, brooms, whatever you need. So they make it so the first night you go to sleep in your apartment, you have everything a human being needs to not just survive, but to live. There's a big difference between survive and live.
Indeed, there is. Yes. So now you're living on your own, okay?
I wouldn't trade that for the world.
And you're happy to be there.
Love it every morning.
Okay.
Every
but
morning.
you are, like me, a person with serious health problems. Are you able to live without any assistance whatsoever, or do you receive some assistance?
No, I have some assistance.
In what form?
Well,
Scott?
what they call a personal assistant.
A personal assistant? And who supplies the personal assistant?
That comes from the state, basically.
The state. Okay, but our state government, okay, is headed by a new governor, Bruce Rauner, who is talking about making budget cuts.
Yeah.
Now, will those budget cuts impact the services you receive and that other people like you receive?
Yes.
As a person, impact them in what way? Because there are a lot of people who have a personal assistant.
Okay. First of all, the most important part of this is what they call a DON score, D-O-N, which is determination of need. They have people go out and analyze how much need a person has. The government wants to raise the DON score from the current 29, it's a scale of 0 to 80, and they want to raise it from 29 to 37, which is probably going to cut thousands of people out of it almost immediately.
When you say raise it, you mean the state of Illinois government, in using the DON score to assess people's needs, is going to raise the threshold at which you would receive the personal assistant services?
The minimal score allowed so you can get the service, yes.
So that it's estimated that there would then be dozens of people who would lose their personal assistance?
Thousands.
Thousands of people in the state of Illinois would lose their personal assistance. But these people, by definition, have serious medical problems.
A lot, much worse than me, yes.
Some of them much worse than you, some of them worse than me. So how will they continue to live independently?
Well, here's the problem. A lot of them are going to end up in emergency rooms, hospital stays, and the worst of all, back into a nursing home. Now, it is better to have never left a nursing home than to get the freedom and go back in. I won't do it. I will never go back and sleep in a nursing home again.
But in addition to the fact that you don't want to be in a nursing home, thousands of disabled people don't want to be in a nursing home, I don't want to be in a nursing home. Nursing homes are also very expensive. And we know many, many stories about nursing home owners that have made fortunes by, in effect, exploiting the system. Okay? So how in the world will the state save money?
Well, the other thing is, in the short term, maybe you save a few dollars, but in the long term, it costs a lot more to maintain a person in a nursing home than if you go through the Colbert program or Money Follows the Person, which is the program I was in. I was the last one out in my particular phase of MFP, Money Follows the Person. That is actually a money-saving device, these programs get people out, because once you get them the furniture and the rent comes from the CHA, if you do a cost analysis, you will see that it costs many times more to keep somebody in a nursing home. It costs the state a lot more money to maintain a person in a nursing home than to let them do it the way I've done it, where you live on your own again.
So, in effect, what you're telling me is that not only would you lose your sense of independence and a psychic well-being that you have from living on your own, okay, but a measure that supposedly would save the state money, cutting out personal assistance, in the long run would actually cost the taxpayer more?
You could look it up. That's the way it would be.
And
yes.
there's evidence in numbers to prove this.
Joel, I'll give you an example. This has nothing to do with me, but there's people I know. I've had friends with renal problems. They're on dialysis. They get the transplant. That's a life-changing moment, too.
It is.
And then, a lot of times, I'm told that after 3 years, they will no longer support people's anti-rejection drugs. A lot of people end up back on dialysis, which costs exponentially more than the anti-rejection drugs do.
So in other words, this is another way in which the state, in an attempt to be supposedly money saving, would actually wind up spending more money.
They're saving money today, and it's costing them money tomorrow.
So in other words, doing things such as limiting the anti-rejection drugs or eliminating the personal assistance is in effect what we would call penny wise and pound foolish.
Yes. It's also, we're talking about actual real human beings too, and the government's not taking that into account. You have to live it to understand what it's like to get a chance, another chance at life, leaving a nursing home, and then suddenly say, it's not going to happen for me because I'm going to survive. But there are people that absolutely need these PAs to just to get out the door in the morning.
So to answer the questions with which I began today's program, okay, you did survive 1 year in a nightmare nursing home.
It was pretty rough.
But it was absolutely horrifying.
Brutal.
So much so that you subsequently told people, in effect, I'd rather be homeless than go back there.
Yeah, now I had a couple friends that let me occasionally stay on their couch for a couple days. This was with my hip all broken, but I laid on their couch and I was very grateful. It was very kind of them. So,
but to answer the first question, you survived 1 year in a hellish nursing home, but it was a nightmare experience. You eventually did get into a better nursing home, relatively better, but it was there you discovered that there is life after nursing homes, and there is a way to get out thanks to help from Access Living, in your case. All right.
As bad as the bad timing was of how things spiraled downward for me, that's how good the good timing was, that I happened to be at Alden. I happened to be somebody they were looking for this program. So sometimes you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then suddenly you're in the right place at the right time. And I'm not bitter about what's happened. Those 6 years, I ended up okay now. I'm okay.
But you're okay now to a large degree, not only because you have your own apartment, but you have the personal assistance. And that's what plays a key role in allowing you to have this, what I might call a reawakened life. Is that a fair description?
Yeah, that's
new
fair.
Life? Okay. So I would say to our visitors, okay, that Scott's story tells us it's possible, but almost unendurable to be in a bad nursing home, if I may put it that way. It's not easy to get out of one of those, but even when you get into a better nursing home, there is still life beyond a nursing home.
The best nursing home is not as good as the worst apartment, in my opinion.
And I think that says it all. The best nursing home
is not as good as the worst. I'd rather be in the worst apartment than the best nursing home in the world.
I think you've just said it all. And I think our viewers have heard you, and I thank you for being with us today, and I wish you the best of luck in continuing on in your own apartment.
I thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us today, and please join us again at Adapt Productions of Chicago. For those of you interested in more information about Access Living, you can find them on the World Wide Web or call their offices on Chicago Avenue. And please,
Joe?
Yes.
312-640-2100 for Access Living.
There you go.
They're life changers. I have to say that.
The man, you heard it from the horse's mouth. And please join us again on Adapt Productions of Chicago. Thank you.